What's good, YouTube? Today, we are going to be doing an NBA bots tier list. I'm going to be ranking the lowest IQ players in the NBA, players that make you want to pull your hair out. And even if you're a fan of this team and a fan of this player, some of the things they do you just can't defend. Even though a lot of players on this tier list are good NBA players, they just might not be the sharpest tool in the shed. So without further ado, enough of me yapping, let's get straight into the tier list. The first player on our NBA bots tier list is one of the bot GOATs. It is Denzel Valentine. Now, you probably don't even need me to tell you about Denzel Valentine. I'm sure you guys have seen the shot. Guy pulls up from 48 feet with the game on the line. Who does this guy think he is? Someone must have told him he was Kobe Bryant. He's going to have to go in A tier. The reason I can't put him in S tier is because I just don't think he plays enough. I don't even think he's in the league anymore for good reason. But let's keep it on pushing. The next player on our bot tier list is D'Angelo Russell. Ice in my veins, D'Lo. And D'Lo is going to be going in the B tier. Now, D'Angelo Russell, he's like a hot or cold type of bot. And that's because, if he's making his shots, go tune into some D'Lo highlights where he scored like 38 points or something. He looks like one of the best players in the NBA. Show it to your mom or your grandma or whatever and tell them, look at this guy. Look at this guy hoop. He's hitting all these threes with confidence, pull-up threes in transition. Some of the nastiest crossovers. He's just styling on people, doing ice in the veins, celebrating, stun on the point of the jersey, all that. But when things aren't going right, when he's not making the shots, but he's still making those same decisions, you want to trade this guy at halftime. You want to beg Adam Silver to come in the locker room and tell this guy to retire because you're like, please, just stop. I'd rather have you not make it worse, okay? The number one thing for D'Lo, he loves to take transition threes. No matter what's the time in the shot clock, no matter the game situation, transition three for D'Lo is the number one option. And sometimes, he'll shoot you out of a game. He'll just continue to brick shots and just keep taking him. And I know, though, I would rather shoot, 1 for 30 than stop shooting when I'm 1 for 7 or whatever the saying is. But brother, you got to stop shooting. You got to find other ways to affect the game. And that's another thing too. Like, does not have anything to do with botness, but well, actually it does, because he's a bot on defense. Let's be real. When the guy is getting isolated by an actually good offensive guard, it's just finger licking good. You know what I mean? They're eating over there. They're just licking their chops, looking at D'Lo across from them. And it's not his fault. I mean, maybe a little bit. He tries, I guess, but he's just not very athletic. But again, offensively, sometimes he'll shoot you out of games, but at the same time, he has some great moments. So I got to put him in the B's here because of that. All right. Our next NBA bot, is everyone's favorite player, Dillon, the villain, Brooks. I'm going to put Dillon Brooks in the B tier as well. I think if we're looking at Memphis Dillon Brooks, he could go A tier even. But I think last year with the Houston Rockets, he kind of rebuilt his value a little bit, kind of regained a little bit of respect. And he's still a bot at the end of the day because he has the personality of a professional wrestler. He knows how to gaslight the media. He knows how to talk a lot of bullshit. Be like, I can lock LeBron up, and like, I don't respect no one until they give me 40. You're down 2 points and this guy gets 3 technicals and half your roster rejected, so he can kind of screw you over. But I do think that grit and getting under people's skin has a place in the NBA. I think it helped the Houston Rockets a lot, a team that didn't really have any like toughness or identity. It could be a benefit, but again, at the same time, it could be very detrimental to your team. So all the antics and stuff, a lot of players hate him. I don't blame him. He just be doing silly shit, talking, giving people bulletin board material. I mean, I'm talking myself into putting him higher, but he's still a bot at the end of the day. Kind of one of those grunt bots that you got to get experience points from him because he's just mad walking around tough. The next player on the bot tier list we have is my guy, Jordan Poole, and I got to put Jordan Poole in the A-list, bro. I'm sorry. This guy last year, if his shot wasn't falling, he did not give a flying fuck about what the team was doing. If he wasn't making shots, he wasn't passing the rock, he wasn't rebounding, he wasn't getting back on defense. He did not care. It was Jordan Poole's world, and he was living in it. And that's exactly what you want for an unserious team. This guy is the ultimate perfect 2K NPC. You need a guy to take the shots just so, you don't get fined by the league for blatant tanking. He's the guy. He'll just take everything. He'll do his little crossovers. He'll airball some floaters for you. I'm sorry, man. Ever since that championship run with the Golden State Warriors, he just hasn't been the same. I don't want to put it all on him because Draymond may have given him like CTE and actually hurt his brain or something. And maybe he still hasn't recovered. I've seen it's just moments. He's out here slipping on the court, thinking of Draymond Green's ghost in Washington still. People were trying to tell me, oh, this guy, he's averaging 20 points and now he's behind Steph Curry and Klay. Now imagine he got his own team 25 easily. How about 17 points on awful efficiency? These guys can all redeem. Well, not all of them. Some of these guys' careers kind of over, but Jordan Poole can redeem himself. I still think he has a lot left in the tank, but it's incredible what he did for Washington last season. They would not have been able to get the second overall pick without Jordan Poole. And that's a credit to his low basketball IQ. So shout out to him. He's an A on our bot tier list. Our next NBA MPC is JR. Anything is possible Smith. And you already know we got to put JR in the A tier. Now, J.R. Smith was a really good player. He's sixth man of the year type of player, super athletic, had a lot of highlight plays, but the highlight plays weren't always in the best way. J.R. Smith has had some all-time legendary memeable moments in the league, and that's all because of his not knowing what the hell is going on. He's out here dapping up his homeboys while the team is running a pin-down screen and stuff. Shout out to J.R. Smith, man. It was fun while he was in the NBA, a lot of great moments, and honestly, he's a smart dude. Apparently has a 4.0 GPA in college. He's playing college golf. So outside of the hardwood, he's kind of a smart dude. But just on the court, man, I got to put respect on his name. He's one of the funniest NBA players. Sometimes he be doing dumb shit, but so do all these guys. So next up, we have another bot who might even be on the come up. He might be one of the GOAT bots of all time very soon if he keeps this up. Michael Porter Jr. I got to put Michael Porter Jr. in the A tier. And I know he won a championship, but so did J.R. Smith. You know what I'm saying? So did Jordan Poole. We're not counting that, even though they did contribute a lot to championship-winning teams. If you swing this guy the ball, just get it off the rebound, bro. You guys have all heard the nicknames. Michael, the possession ends here. Go get it off the rebound. What do you mean you're open? There was only 4 people on me. I mean, I could go on with this guy for days. He never seen a shot that he doesn't like. He's going to pull up from wherever, sidestep 3. He even said it himself. He literally does not see contests because he jumps so high in his jump shot. He literally can't see people running at him. There's might be 4 people open. There's like 7 dudes open under the basket. I don't even know how that's possible, but he's still not passing it. It doesn't matter who's in front of him. Prime Shaq, Gary Payton, Wembanyama, all 3 of them standing on top of each other's shoulders. He's taking that jump shot, okay? And I haven't even mentioned his defense, man. I mean, even off the court, Lana Rose will be telling him the most traumatizing thing that's ever happened to her, and he's like, damn, that's crazy. That's tough, bro. That's tough. So, he's just a funny guy, but he's never seen a shot that he doesn't like. If you swing him the rock, it's over, buddy. Moving on to our next NBA MPC. Contrary to what his name says, Marcus Smart is not smart. Now, I'm going to say the thing about Marcus Smart, man, this guy, when he was on the Celtics, he did not understand that he was playing with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I don't know if he knew that they were all NBA players and like that they were the best players on the team, but there were times, and I think Celtics fans can attest to this, where it was just his world. He was like, I'm going to take this shot. I'm going to take the most shots tonight. Boys, tonight is my night. My girl's in the stands. I don't know what he was thinking. And that's just offensively. I'm going to get into his MPC tendencies on defense in a second. This dude, one of the elite flop artists in the league. I seriously think that this new flop rule with the, you get a technical foul if you flop is because of Marcus Smart. He was just one of the GOATs of flopping, one of the all-time legends in that department. So you got to give him his respect there. But this guy is like a fish out of water, acting like he got sniped by a 50 cal bullet, even while guarding like a 5'11" point guard. It's pretty crazy. He would just be on the ground pretending that he just got shot, calling for the doctor to come over. His team's on a 4-on-5 fast break and they get scored on, and I get it. You got to game the refs sometimes. You got to make sure they see it. But it's like, at some points, it's like you're not even trying to draw a foul. You're just like method acting on the court, brother. I don't even know what the end goal here is. I look at Marcus Smart and Dillon Brooks in the same tier where, sometimes their antics might work and, you might get the star player rejected or get under someone's skin and have him pick up a few fouls or something like that. But most of the time, you're probably just hurting your team doing that type of stuff. So Marcus Smart is in the B tier. Next MPC. Now, this guy just signed a contract with the Indiana Pacers. So, I feel like that's a good situation for him to recoup some value and, kind of get his career back on track and things like that. I feel like that's a good spot for him. But nonetheless, right now he's an MPC. James Drew Walls, Wiseman, former number 2 overall pick of the Golden State Warriors. This guy, not only is he slow on the court, but he's slow in the head. And, this guy couldn't read a Dr. Seuss book in 3 hours. He just not ready to play the game at the next level. The speed for him is just too much. James Wiseman has some of the worst hands I've ever seen in the league. This dude couldn't catch a cold in the winter. He's going in the seats here because he doesn't really do anything overly stupid to cost his team games. I mean, he's not really playing on a team that wins games in the first place. And the thing about him is, I don't know if he's a bot or he just sucks at basketball. Probably a little bit of both. I guess you could say both, but typical NPC center, we need a roster filler. We need a big man and just get in there and take up space. So I'm going to put him in the seats here. Next up, Andrew Wiggins. I'm going to put Andrew Wiggins in the deets here. Now, hear me out. A lot of Warriors fans probably like, how this guy, Andrew Wiggins, I hate him. He sold my whole team. I can't even. Okay, look, I get it. I know a lot of Warriors fans don't like Wiggins, and he fell off hard. Had a career revival with the Golden State Warriors, winning a championship, making an all-star team. Can you believe that Andrew Wiggins was an all-star starter a few years back? Ever since he made the all-star team, it's like, I don't even think he even cares about playing basketball anymore. I think he's speed ran his NBA career. I think he's done. He's just going through the motions, collecting a check. They should honestly review this guy's game film and make sure he's not on some Jonte Porter shit sometime. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God. Part of the reason I'm putting him in deets here is because I'm not sure if it's lack of interest in the game or straight up NPC low basketball IQ, but he literally doesn't try. He comes in, clocks in, does what he has to do, does the bare minimum and gets out. And last year, I don't even know if he was doing the bare minimum because he was one of the better rebounding wings in the league last few seasons. When he first got over to Golden State, he was bought in. He was doing everything, doing the dirty work. Last year, bro, I mean, he didn't care if what team got possession. He was chucking up threes. Yeah, I'm just going to take a three. I got this 5'11" point guard on me. I'm just going to take this three. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. I'm Curry. I'm playing with Curry and shit. They want me to shoot. So I'm going to put him in the D tier. A lot of you might disagree with that one, especially Warriors fans. But tell me why. Let me know where he should be in the comments below. All right, a couple more names on this tier list. And I know a lot of you guys are going to hate me for this next one, but it's the truth. And I hate to do this because he's an all-time great. But Russell Westbrook, and I'm really tempted to put him in the A tier, but I'm going to stick him in the B tier because he's an all-time great. He's had more highs than lows, but oh my goodness, this guy makes some of the worst decisions on a basketball court that I've ever seen. I'm sorry, I know Russell Westbrook fans in the comment section, how dare you? He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. You don't know greatness, triple doubles. This guy was saving Oklahoma City when I get you. I'm not going to disagree with that. He's one of the best point guards of all time. Triple-double king. He's led the league in turnovers multiple years, and I know it's because his usage rate is extremely high, but we've all seen the tape, especially when he was on the Lakers. I mean, this guy's hitting the side of the backboard, you know what I mean, turning it over in the goofiest ways, just throwing it off people's heads when they're not looking. I know we've all seen it. He just plays the game at one pace. Go, 100%, 110%. He does not know how to slow down. He doesn't control the game enough for a player of his caliber. You want the point guard to set the pace, control the game. Well, if you're playing with Russell Westbrook, I don't know if you're always, he sets people up. He gets people good looks, don't get me wrong. But he's just always going 100%. And I feel like that's hurt him a lot. I feel like that's the reason he wasn't able to fulfill his potential. In his prime, he would still make bad decisions. And people are gonna fight me on this, but I don't really care. He made bad decisions his whole career. He was never the smartest player with the basketball. He only had one mode. It was go, go, go. That could be a benefit for your team, but he's never took time to slow down the pace. And that was the real big problem with him. Sometimes, though, in his prime, he would hit the shots. He would make the passes would go through, and they would look great. But when you saw him when he got to the Lakers, when those things weren't clicking, when things weren't going well, when they weren't winning, it looks bad, right? It looks bad. So he's out there closing games. So it's in the most crucial moment of the game. You're like, dude, please, Russ, we need a bucket. Russ, we need a bucket. Oh, my God, you just shot a three-pointer with 28 seconds left. 2 for 1. You're just jacking up some bullshit, bro. Russell Westbrook going into beats here because he's an all-time great, but we already know he's had a lot of lowlights. Next up on the tier list. He had to be here. I had to put him in some type of capacity as Draymond Green. Now, I was debating whether I should even include him in this tier list in the first place because when it comes to strictly basketball, Draymond Green is one of the smartest players of all time. I mean, he won 4 championships. The reason he's able to average a triple single and be a borderline Hall of Famer, if not a solidified one, is because of his basketball IQ and how he makes his teammates around him better with the stats that don't show up in the box score. However, I would be a fool to ignore this guy's blatant UFC audition during NBA games. I mean, I just can't do it. I can't ignore it. This guy has more submission attempts than points scored sometimes. It's pretty ridiculous. He's out here costing his team games, not to mention one of the biggest games of his career, NBA Finals, Game 5 or something that he got suspended for, and that was the series that the Cavs ended up winning, coming back 3-1. I got to throw Draymond Green on here. I mean, he's punching his teammates. He's punching opponents. Who is he not punching is the better question. When you do things like that, you got to question somebody's IQ. But obviously, passing-wise, setting up an offense, running an offense, he's one of the best to ever do it. So, D tier it is, with your homeboy, Andrew Wiggins. Anyway, last but definitely not least, we have the Shaqtin' a Fool 2-time MVP, JaVale McGee. Now, let me say this real quick. In recent years, he's kind of cleaned up his reputation as a bot because he's been a lot better, contributing to winning teams. On the Suns, he was good. He helped the Lakers in 2020 win a championship, was a big part of that. But come on now. We're all lying to ourselves if we didn't remember the days and the moments of him trying to dunk from the free throw line. Him running back on defense while his whole team was on offense, blocking a shot and then celebrating to the crowd while the other team gets the rebound and scores a layup. I mean, I could keep on going. JaVale McGee, I mean, we got to give the man his respect. I feel like some of these guys in the A tier could take his place soon. Shaqtin' a Fool 2-time MVP. If I didn't put him in the S tier, I feel like that would be a snub. You know what I'm saying? So that is my NBA bot tier list. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Also, let me know if there's anybody that you would add to this tier list and where they would rank. And remember, this is all for fun. I'm not saying any of these guys stink. These are all great NBA players, from role players to Hall of Famers. So these are just the guys that when you have them on your team, you know that they're going to frustrate you at some point during the season. There's just no way they're going 82 games of high IQ play, okay? Drop a like on this video. Let me know what I should do for the next tier list, and I'll see you guys on the next one.